Bittersweet moment here as the Browns have officially released Jarvis Landry. A lot of bitterness to it as he's been what I call the minister of culture for Cleveland since coming in 2018. But you knew if the Browns were going to land a big name like Amari Cooper, it would come at a price, and that price is Jarvis Landry and his salary for the 2022 season. Adam Schefter reporting it that one more free agent wide receiver now available. Browns are releasing wide receiver Jarvis Landry. Per source, Amari Cooper arriving, Landry departing. And that's what I meant by if you knew the Browns were going to go out and get a big-name wide receiver like Amari Cooper, who's going to cost you $20 million this season, there'd be no room for his salary and Jarvis Landry's salary. But at the end of the day, Landry is going to go down as a Browns legend, in my opinion. So let's send him some love. Type his jersey number one final time for me down in the comment section. Type 80 to show Juice some love and thank him for everything he did, because I think a lot of people on the outside think that Baker Mayfield's the reason why the Browns turned things around and won a playoff game in Pittsburgh. Baker Mayfield ran because Jarvis Landry walked. He was here first, and he helped get the Browns back on track, and he helped get Cleveland in the right direction. So overall, Cleveland comes out financially ahead. The Browns save just about $15 million by releasing him and a very small dead cap hit, which is why this was always on the table. Just losing $1.5 million, so they're not eating much money, and they're saving a lot that they can use to pay Amari Cooper's contract and maybe try to bring back Jadeveon Clowney or get a different edge rusher in free agency. I think the Browns are not done at wide receiver, by the way, after trading for Amari Cooper. I just think they're not going to go out and get a big name player now like Allen Robinson. Oh, how cool that would be if they had Cooper and Robinson. But Landry, the last couple of years in Cleveland, he's been just consistent. He's been a PPR magnet, right, for fantasy football nerds out there. And he has been the guy that you go to when you need a play to happen, when you need a first down. The little things, the run blocking, getting everyone on the same page on offense. He has been the man behind the scenes in a lot of ways for the Browns. So it's going to suck not seeing him out there. All right, that's just a fact. But at the end of the day, the Amari Cooper trade solidified this fate for Jarvis Landry. There was some rumblings of maybe they can restructure and try to make it work. But if I'm Jarvis Landry, I'm not going to go down to a $4 million contract, which is maybe what the Browns needed him to do to try and keep Cooper on the books for $20 million. If I'm him, I don't blame him from saying, you know what, I'm going to go out and try and get one last big contract as I turn 30 soon and get a little extra dough in my pocket before I hang it up for those big contracts I'm getting. We're going to have a lot more content coming your way throughout this week. I had a Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson trade rumor video that came out like 2 hours ago, and I told you guys in that one, this is not going to be the last time you see this ugly face. So make sure you're subscribed. That way when we have more free agency news and rumors coming out, you guys are staying in the know. Now, free agency is going to be a fun conversation for the Browns because after the Cooper trade and after the Landry release, I don't know if they're done at the wide receiver position. There's been some names I've been keeping an eye on, and some of the Browns' Twitter rumor mills have done a good job of keeping some players to keep an eye on for, including Christian Kirk and Braxton Berrios. So Christian Kirk, who reportedly last week said he was looking for over $10 million a year, no thanks. I think Christian Kirk could be a good signing for the Browns. I do worry about him because he's such a deep threat target that seems all he has to offer, right? Whereas Braxton Berrios, more of a gadget guy. You can use him in the kick return game, which let's bring it back. Let's get the next Josh Cribbs, so to speak, in the punt return game. And he started to click a little bit, and after not getting his feet off the ground in New England, find some rhythm in New York and with the Jets. And now you wonder, could the Browns try and target a bit of a lesser name free agent to pair with Amari Cooper and maybe like Garrett Wilson in the NFL draft? We'll talk more on that in just a second. But I want you guys to weigh in on this one for me. Who do you want the Browns to sign? NFL free agency unofficially but officially opened up 40 minutes ago as I film this right now. So if there's someone out there that you want to see in brown and orange, let me know in the comment section below who you want the Cleveland Browns to go out and sign. When it comes to wide receivers, I don't want them to pay anyone more than $10 million at this point. They got the big name. We got the big cheese in Amari Cooper. We still have our 13th overall pick. So the Browns can go out and draft maybe their top guy. If it's not taken before them with the Jets at 10 or someone else ahead of that, you can get Garrett Wilson, Treylon Burks, Jameson Williams, whoever is their top guy with Amari Cooper. You've already got DPJ and Anthony Schwartz. I know this will sound a bit hypocritical, but you don't need to go out and get an Allen Robinson at this point. I'd rather see that money allocated elsewhere. As fun as that would be to have Cooper and Robinson, and maybe they do that so they don't have to draft a wide receiver at 13, but the guy you get at 13 is going to be way cheaper than Allen Robinson. You don't have to pay him that big free agent contract. He gets a rookie deal that is way less than what Allen Robinson, DJ Chark, or Christian Kirk are going to ask for. So I like the idea of getting like an Allen Lazard who can help out with run blocking and be a lot cheaper. Then you draft your wide receiver, and you got Amari Cooper as your new wide receiver one. So the Jarvis Landry release is going to sting, but we saw this coming for quite some time now, right? Ever since the season ended, you looked at the books and you saw, how can the Browns save money? Well, they can move on from Landry and save about $15 million and only have to eat $1.5 million. I think this was something that, barring any change, this was going to be the move for Andrew Berry. And we didn't see a change, right? We didn't see a restructure. We didn't see a contract extension to try and lower that cap hit. And the Browns were looking to trade him, and no team wanted to take on a nearly 30-year-old wide receiver who had a $15 million-ish, was a 16-point-something cap hit for 2022. And so ultimately the Browns go, no one wants to even give us a seventh for him, or, hey, maybe we did get an offer, but we asked Landry, do you want to go play in Jacksonville? He's like, you know what? I've done a lot in my time for Cleveland. Thanks, but actually, no thanks. Please don't do this to me. Let me hit free agency, save your seventh-round pick, and this is what teams do. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but this seems like something that could have been in the works of, hey, Landry, where would you like to go? We got 2 offers, one from the Jags, one from the Texans. You want to go there? No, we didn't think so. We'll release you. We'll let you hit the open market so you can sign wherever you would like to sign. Like I said, though, we've got a lot of videos coming your way throughout all of free agency, so make sure you're subscribed and make sure your notifications are on. Because when people like Jarvis Landry get released from the Browns, you're going to want a video on it. So go ahead, hit that big red button, subscribe, and we'll catch up with you guys later throughout all the craziness of NFL free agency.